Why did God speak with humans who had wrong ideas? Friends, we sometimes face this confusion while reading the Bible. When ancient people believed the earth was flat, why didn't God correct them with the fact that it's round? Why did God limit himself within the finite and sometimes incorrect knowledge of the people of that time? Today, we will explore the great barriers of biblical interpretation, accommodation, and communication theory. Reformer John Calvin called the way God communicates with humans accommodation. Just as a father babbles to match the level of a young child, God also used the vessels of the culture and language of ancient Near Eastern people. Some scholars argue that God even accepted human errors here. But John Walton shakes his head and says, it wasn't an error, but the most perfect communicative convention of the time. Let me give you an example from my hometown dialect. When I was young and broke a dish, the elders would say, "Go ahead and break them all. Why leave any behind?" Friends, would any child believe this literally and go on to break all the remaining dishes? Of course not. We instinctively know that the real intention is, get your act together and be careful. The way God used the language of ancient people is just like this. The outward form borrowed the expressions of that era, but God's true heart within is something else entirely. The solution Walton suggests is speech act theory. Every conversation has 3 levels. First is the locution, such as break them all, or the appearance of there is a layer of water above the sky. Second is the illocutionary intent, which is the real purpose, like be careful or I created the world. Although God used the locution of ancient Near Eastern language and expressions, the truth we must trust and affirm lies in God's intent beyond those words. The inerrancy of the Bible is directed toward this holy intent. Have you been worried because the Bible seems scientifically incorrect? You can rest easy now. It is not an error, but the traces of God's love, who humbled himself to meet us. When we listen to God's true intent without being trapped in the shell of literal words, the Bible turns into a voice of life that sustains me now. That's all for today's study. Thank you.